Well.
Regent Skyblade. Does that look like a lady?
Yeah, it looks like a lady.
Can it be? A figure approaches through the storm? The Regent Skyblade seems ready to approach and welcome you. Dawning realization comes to her expression as she hoists up her weapon in a stance of challenge. Announce yourself, invader! We haven't sat in the eye of the storm this long to become slaves of Kairos.
Take us to Stratus Hirodin. Barrack advances on the guard with a menacing air. I don't want to hear any more of your petty threats or how much you love your country. Deliver us to the serpent at the heart of this nest.
Whoa there, big boy. I just watched the storm all day. Stratus is behind the walls. She glances in your direction with wonder. The insignia! The sentry lets out a startled yell. Someone bearing the Regent's insignia comes this way? She squints to make you out in the storm. Why have you come, stranger?
Do we lie?
A friend of Stratus, or...
Either that or we just fight them. Let's lie.
Ash's daughter?
I feel like we should lie. That is a high subterfuge requirement.
Really?
Let's give it a go. Alright, I'm a friend to Stratus, and I carry a message for his ears alone. Does he live?
You gain 13 subterfuge skill experience. A friend? She scratches the back of her neck. I'm sure the regent will want to see anyone brave enough to face the storm on his behalf. That must be some message. She nods. The gate is just up ahead. Speak with the guard if you would have an audience.
Whoop, whoop. Free to explore. Also, that was a lot of subterfuge experience.
Yeah, 13 in one go.
Yeah. A stranger, and they let you through? Wearing an uncertain expression, the scout grasps his weapon. I don't know what sorcery carved a safe passage through the storm, but the region's fortress is closed to outsiders. Out of my way, peon. No amount of stalwart rats can keep me from wrapping my hands around the regent's throat.
That's funny. So we got past the first group only to be stopped by the second? What is this? Wait, so stand aside or join the fate of your master. You protect Hirodin all this time. How sad. Or you look presentable after a year in isolation?
Let's do number 5. You look presentable after a year in isolation.
Ah.
The keep is stocked with provisions enough to last us a century, though the regent hoards much of it for himself. The soldier's gaze veers in doubt. The keep demands new leadership if the lowliest grunt speaks so openly of their commander.
When a gang boss takes more than he's earned, the chorus has ways of correcting the mistake.
He shakes his head and refocuses on you, raising his weapon and advancing a step. Don't try to distract me. Stand down and surrender, or...
A voice bellows from the other side of the portcullis. If it's bellows, maybe it's a man.
Stay your weapons and raise the gate. I would speak with our guests. He looks over his shoulder and frowns. Step forward and present yourself then. Keep a respectful tongue and you won't have any trouble.
Is it Stratus himself?
Could be Amelia. Nope.
It does look like a dude with a big...
Yeah, there he is.
What do you call that kind of mustache?
Handlebar mustache.
It is Stratus.
Stalwart's ruler looks at you with a mixture of caution and amazement. His gaze lingers on the steadfast insignia. That explains how you were able to pierce the winds. But why have you come? Not to liberate an enemy, I think. He squints. The long isolation has taken its toll, but we aren't deaf to news of the outside world. I think I recognize a Fatebinder when I see one. So, logic follows that you are the keeper of Vendrian's Well. Hirodin! Barrack pounds his fist together hard enough to shake the earth. Come out and face us, coward! You've dodged this reckoning long enough! The regent blinks. Do I know your face? Or do I know you? Your face? Little I can make of it. Eludes me. He sniffs and returns his attention to you. Your friend here seems a mite unstable for emissary work.
You're not wrong. I'd say he's unstable for any kind of work.
We've survived in the Overlord's prison for over a year. I live on, and so the regent bloodline endures. Even the disfavored couldn't breach Kairos' wind wall when the edict crashed upon our heads. Though I'm less certain how you managed.
Wait, so they've been there only a year?
Yeah, apparently.
Well, that's enough time for a baby.
Yeah, he regards you with a hint of resignation. You didn't travel this far to deliver terms of surrender, did you?
Okay, let's gauge this. So the storm is destroying your people, and he'd be just like, haha, I have supplies for 100 years. Or, I'm here for the daughter. I was hoping to talk some sense into you. I came for clear skies, but I was misinformed. I'm here to end the edict by delivering your head.
I'm thinking number 1. Yeah, number 1. This storm is destroying your people. Surely you must see the madness in prolonging the inevitable. I'm not ignorant of my part in the equation. The edict can only be ended with the blood of the last regent, just as Kairos decreed. He nods. I must warn you, I haven't survived this long only to be cut down by Kairos' lapdog. I endured the war, the disfavored suicide march, and the long isolation of this storm. I won't make it easy.
What was that about the disfavored suicide watch? Or you could have ended the edict a long time ago? Or what have you gained from this long stalemate besides the hatred of your people? You're blind to reason.
Let's start with number 1. What was that about a disfavored suicide march? In the second year of the war, my personal forces captured one of Graven Ash's elite legions. We divided their numbers for our own protection, some here, others at Dusk's Watch, with plans of bargaining with Ash for their lives. You preyed on the Archon's love for his troops, monster! The war came to a, shall I say, climatic stalemate, when a disfavored force amassed around Sentinel's stand to drive us out and liberate our prisoner. A thoughtful expression overcomes him, but he dispels it with a shake of his head.
He had to pause for our prisoner.
I don't know. The rest, as you know, is history. Before the disfavored could finish their desperate attack, the edict swept up my people and Ash's legion like they were made of straw, battering bones and iron into so much dust that now swirls about our heads. I remember that day too well. If you had but surrendered, then hundreds of Northerners and Southerners alike would have been spared. Stalwart bows to no one, you armadillo of rust and entropy. Hirden grimaces at Barrack and shakes his head. Your presence alone dirties these noble defenses.
Okay. Wait, now we don't have the thing about the daughter.
It's okay, we'll find her eventually. Don't worry about it.
So are you going to say a true leader would have fought, or you could have ended the edict a long time ago?
Let's go with number 2. A true leader would have fought to the very end rather than hide here. Your doubt is understandable, but why should I have fought a losing battle? Stalwart's regents have always endured where others fell. In Sentinel's stand, I could outlast any enemy. And how could I have known that Kairos would be so exacting in punishment?
Okay, what have you gained from this long stalemate?
Yeah, what have you gained from this long stalemate beyond the hatred of your people? He hesitated to answer at first, then screws his face into a grimace. The people do not know what is best for Stalwart. We need a strong leader who understands the traditions of the realm, whose blood is part of that storied heritage. If they spite me for preserving our strength here and outlasting the war, so be it. I did not accept this mantle for adoration. What have I gained? I've kept Stalwart alive in this self-imposed prison, whatever else you may think. The desperation to reach this place and end my life only confirms the righteousness of that decision, as hard as it has been. Well...
No. Well, so where is the daughter?
We'll find her, Michelle.
Well, so what would be the mutually beneficial arrangement, or would that be considered treason?
Probably treason. That would probably not work out well. I don't do that.
Let's do the end your edict thing.
Okay, you could have ended this edict long ago. You mean by suicide or execution in the hands of my countrymen? His expression withers. That would betray the dignity of my station and the honor of my soldiers alike. In caving to the Overlord's will, we would lose the very thing which makes Stalwart great, our perseverance. I take no pleasure in watching storms ravage my country. Here from the safety of the eye, I have suffered the weight of that decision every day, but I would never second-guess it. Your burden is nothing to mine or that of your people. To consign your country to this is unforgivable. When Kairos called on Ash to submit, he chose his soldiers' lives over his pride. You are a coward, and I'll see to it that you die like one too.
So...
Well, I'm gonna end the edict one way or another. Will you help me or not?
Okay, I just want to know what happened to Ash.
We'll find her.
Ash's Amelia.
I will not, and you are a fool to think that I would accept such an outrageous proposal, given that everything it represents, the very pride of my station, hinges on rejecting your impossible solution. He raises his voice for all to hear. As regent of the great realm of Stalwart, I eject you from any courtesy or invitation that holds you to these walls, and banish you from my lands.
Would anyone else like to make an empty gesture? Seems there are plenty to go around.
Typical that the attendants of Kairos present no agreeable terms. You may distort the histories to reflect that I forced this confrontation, but everyone here will remember that when your overlord locked me in an impossible choice, I chose Stalwart. Iridan turns away and heads through the portcullis. Oh, it's battle time. Alright, you there, Verse. Wait, what? Why is Verse on the back? I don't know, whatever.
I'm just wondering what you would have said if you had asked about Ash's daughter first.
I'm sorry. We'll find out her circumstances soon enough. I promise. I think I can hit all of them this way. Nope, missed. Oh, whatever. Actually, if I move all the way over here...
For some reason, he still seemed to think that he was the last regent, so maybe we're wrong about the baby theory.
Maybe. We'll find out fairly quick. Oh, that smacked him one... that smacked him good.
But the fact that he hesitated when he said prisoner made me think something was up.
There we go.
You don't think Amelia would have really fallen for the dude, right?
Don't know.
That would have been very
Seems like it would be a
Stockholm
very
syndrome.
stupid idea. In general. Oh, yeah, we can go back and take out these people over here next.
They don't look to be there.
We'll find out. Okay. Oh, no, they're still there if you check the map.
Oh.
Alright. Doesn't like too much. Oh.
Oh.
Interesting, right, because we got the Stalwart insignia, we can actually force
other wind areas.
Yeah, we can actually force our way through. Alright, let's start giving her some attack damage. Okay, so we still don't have Reaping Death yet. Graze Precision, Graze Deflection, that's actually pretty dang good. Okay. Now let's go sneak back up on these people. These poor people.
Ah.
Okay. Now, if I do this, will I hit both? No, I won't. Can I do this? I don't really use a whole lot of my staff skills. Probably should. There we go. And I can just load up on
It's sort of
mind
hard
spells.
to convince some dude to
Kill himself?
end his own life or surrender
Especially when he's
himself.
already been cowardicing in here this entire time. Like, honestly, I didn't expect that to succeed. I was mostly just paying lip service to see if he'd say anything interesting. And the answer is, doesn't look like it. Okay, so how do we get across the wall? Ah.
Way to climb up?
No, actually, apparently the gate mechanism's out here. Force the winch. Yes.
Okay, what do we find in
should
here?
probably sneak. Friends, presumably. And suddenly we're no longer sneaking. Okay. We got a big old group right over there. We will avoid for obvious reasons. Let's start with this.
It'll be interesting to see how they are here. Also, can anyone really be can anyone really store enough supplies for 100 years without an astronomical...
Yeah,
like-
well, I mean, part of it is imagine if you have like a water mage or something. I bet that would help.
Yeah.
You know, somebody that can, you know, help preserve food and...
Well, I'm wondering, can someone subsist off of like a can of soup or something a day?
Barely. I think...
But that would be...
Humans on average need about little over 1,000 calories to survive.
Yeah, so soup would only cover a quarter of that.
Yeah. It would be bad.
'Cause that would be hundreds of thousands of cans.
I got into Melee. That was bad.
For years?
Yeah, that would be
So what kind of stores do they have?
ridiculous, apparently.
But what can they store? I mean, grain and
Dried
stuff
meat, grains and stuff. Again, there's also magic.
I'm just wondering how long dried meat can keep for. Supposedly, they had found some old shipwrecked cheese in glass containers from like a Swedish vessel or something. And supposedly it was quote unquote still edible.
Gross.
Could you imagine eating, you know, 100-year-old cheese? Or maybe it was 200 years old. Or maybe it was 300 years old. I forget how old it was, but it was...
Yeah, I don't know.
It was immensely old cheese.
It'd be horrifying to try and eat. I mean, if I were a scientist or an archaeologist or the historian or whatever, I'd probably volunteer. Well, I mean, it's kind of one of those just like once in a
lifetime. The cow
lifetime.
that produced this this cheese died, you know, a century ago, several centuries ago. And it's like, oh, well, that's interesting. Can you clone the cow from their cheese? Do they have enough cellular, or is it not really cellular stuff?
What about cow cheese? Sorry.
Are there cells in cow cheese?
Like,
do they put any, like, of their own genetic material into it? Or is it just, like, a weird water
you know, I
calcium
actually
mixture?
don't know. I don't know the answer to that one. I assume so. Maybe?
Well, I know that they impart immunities and other things. Like, why is there a pasteurization process? It gets out a lot of weird gunk.
Look at how we breached the walls and then just camped out on the wall, the top of the walls for
The
a
guy
night.
in Stalwart's like, why haven't they approached yet?
It'd actually be kind of amusing if you like took a if you actually had like a 24-hour schedule and like depending on how you assaulted things would end up different. But if you take too long, things would also end up different.
Some games do that.
Very rarely. Metal Gear Solid 3 actually did it in a pretty good manner, as far as I'm concerned. Where if you actually took too long to kill a certain boss in the game,
What happened?
the boss would die of old age.
What?
Yeah. I thought it was hilarious.
So was it just an immensely old boss character?
Yeah, he was ancient. Apparently, like, quote-unquote, also part plant. I think was one of the,
So if you decide to do other side quests and stuff in the game...
Well, there's really not a whole lot of side content in,
Because I thought there were definitely games where if you didn't return to someone in time,
well, yeah,
they would be dead.
There are games like that for sure, but in this one, Metal Gear Solid games are pretty linear up until the most recent one. So there's not really side content to do.
Is that the one with the 3 hours of cutscenes or something
No,
ridiculous?
that's Metal Gear Solid 4.
Oh.
Metal Gear Solid 5 was an open world game.
Well, the open world would allow for you to make more decisions.
Yeah, and like go around and do stuff.
Oh, I know that there were time-sensitive things with The Legend of Zelda and...
Mostly Majora's Mask. Well, but it's also time sensitive in...
loops.
You know, time sensitive in terms of like finish this before you finish this, otherwise you'll never be able to do it. But that's not like, you know, rarely do you get punished for going off and doing side content.
I can't imagine
or
being
just...
one of those people that initially found out how to get all the masks. They
Ooh,
must have
yeah.
just been sitting in the right place at the
Well,
right time in certain areas.
I mean, there Let's see. Massive spikes split apart the castle walls here. Result to tremendous winds that passed through long ago. Okay. I'm fairly certain Nintendo and all game companies kind of work with like the Prima Guides people.
Oh, they broke in through the other side.
Yep.
Make for the keep.
Oh, yep.
Oh, or is that a guy?
No, you know what? That's probably the lady.
No, is it the lady?
Yeah,
it
probably is.
it
Fall back,
look like
defend at all costs.
Ramalan.
Yeah, I have no idea. We'll find out if Lamalan.
Watch
Oh, I
watch
guess
them
I'll get this
accidentally
first.
kill Ash's daughter or something weird because she's actually joined them, or I don't know. We just didn't make it there in time.
Could happen.
That'd be bad. I'm hungry.
Super unlikely.
Those cookies are goading me.
Barrack, it's a good time for you to run around the back. There we go. Okay. Yeah, the music for this game is good. The combat music, I find, is just a little bit too aggressive for me, almost. It's weird. Like, normally, I would say this music is, like, perfect combat music, but as a Let's Player, it's actually kind of bad. Because it's,
Well, hey, at least it's not like in Guild Wars 2 when you eventually got sick of the combat music because you'd be running around listening to the beautiful ambient music of whatever region you're in, and then you run across a random wolf or something.
And suddenly the music is completely... Yeah. Yeah, I don't like games like that. I'd rather almost be able... Like, it needs to have some kind of natural flow, otherwise it's weirdly discordant. Especially if,
So I would like it if particular, like, boss monsters and people that really... Wait, was there a way we could have...
No. This is to get up.
That's how you get up on that side.
Yeah, this is how we get over here to get to
Such
this
a
treasure.
mess.
Yeah. Which is a potion. I probably should use consumables in this game, but...
Now, does climbing the rope actually give you more points? Or
Yeah,
no?
yeah. Yeah, using the skill period gives you experience with it.
Ooh, Spire Forge plan available.
Crashing thunder can be created. Neat. I wish I could actually see what weapon it would create when I
What
looted
is
it. Or
crashing thunder? Oh, it's
presumably a hammer.
that makes sense.
Judging
Like,
by the name. Wait, what?
Mjolnir.
Who's this? Oh, I see. I
Tense.
don't see. Oh. I guess I don't need to stealth unless I actually see them in the distance. Sort of.
Well, it looks like we're getting to the upper keep.
Alright, there we are. Yeah, it looks like we've got maybe one or two more groups.
Yeah. Makes me wonder where the other guys went. Did they already bum rush inside the building, or?
I don't know. Presumably?
Because I thought there were at least 3 to 5 disfavored soldiers that had passed us.
There were a handful. I guess they've gone on ahead? Question mark? Oh, I love when they line up for me. Makes my life so much easier. Is this the one? Yeah, that's the one. Oh. Oh, jeez. She took a hit.
Tic-tac-toe.
Well, I guess I'll be camping after this, but that's okay.
Now, do you think that red as health potions have just always been a whole, like, blood thing?
Yeah, generally. Though in this game it's green.
I noticed that because I saw you give her a potion and it was green.
Yep.
I mean, I always associate green with good.
Yeah, green
But-
with health kind of makes sense. Yeah. She
At
is.
the same time, green is also associated with poison
Not
and
durable.
stuff. Oh, also, I was reading about minerals and gemstones and stuff, and one of the reasons why radiation is probably depicted of as green in media is because irradiated clear gemstones like diamond and such, like they become green because of irradiation. I think that's neat.
Yeah, it is actually kind of a neat effect thing. Oh, here's the people. They just
Well,
took up
but
positions around there.
Ramalan or whoever the
Oh yeah,
person was must
yeah.
have gotten past.
Llama went that direction. That's a good point. They must have just pushed past or question mark or, man, I don't know.
Or maybe those other guys rounded the corner elsewhere. I mean, look, there's a lot of disfavored dead here.
Not a lot of... Yeah, disfavored and otherwise. There's
2 of the Regent's men.
Yeah. I'm not even gonna bother stealthing
See,
through
that
this.
guy looks like they have a beard. Is that... That's it's
Demetrius. Wow, his hairdo is stupid. I've been watching a long time to finish what we started, Regent. You sat with your cowardice and shame long enough, haven't you? He draws his weapon. If you beg me for death, I'll make it painless.
And hear the disfavored go on about honor and glory of war. They're just principled butchers like the rest of us.
I won't deny that we take satisfaction from our work, but it's never anything beyond that. Work. If you want to see me on my knees, you will have to prop up my corpse for the delight of your inbred cohorts. But don't speak of me of cowardice and bravery. The disfavored needed Kairos' arcana to prevail in the end. I'm sure that an army of lice-bitten rats could have succeeded with those odds on their side. You took a legion hostage and didn't even have the nerve to meet us on the field of battle, coward. Demetrius advances a step. I will earn Ash's favor when I bring him your head, and no one in Stalwart will weep for your demise. Something in the Regent's demeanor shifts as he catches your eye. So, the Fatebinder joins the fray. You must not like your odds if you brought so much backup. Your timing is impeccable, Fatebinder. He gestures to Hirudin. Let's put down this sick dog together. Let's see.
Oh, yeah, I don't believe we've been introduced, or...
Do we want to do number 4?
Sure.
Surrender Amelia, and we will show mercy to your soldiers. But no mercy to you, Regent. Barrack clenches his fist and readies to attack. I'm finished compromising with you Imperial dogs. If you want to keep so badly, come and take it from me. I have more than a few years under my belt, but I've spent most of them training for this day. We must have really closed you into a corner, Regent. I've never seen you bare your fangs like this. Demetrius advances with his weapon drawn. Good! I needed a challenge today.
What were the other choices, aside from the Amelia thing?
Pretty much just, you're going down.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, interesting. That's why they always get caught. Sort of. Okay. Let's start tossing AoEs down. Okay, Demetrius didn't die. He was just in a weird spot. Uh-oh. Just realized Verse is not in a good spot.
She's surrounded on all sides.
Does she have anything? Aha. That didn't work out the way I thought it was going to.
No, and she still got injured also. Yeah, they're both on her.
Alright, there we go. Iron tolling.
Okay.
Now they're all on Barrack, which is way more reliable. Also, hi. Oh, I love that frost move. Hey, we leveled up.
Level up.
Alright, spell strength. Oh, interesting. I can't increase that anymore.
19.
Huh. Okay. Alright, let's see. So, I've already maxed out magic. At some point, I'll probably come back and do a...
Well, I mean, you can get other things in
Yeah.
magical. What's off to the right?
Yeah, this is leadership. This is what I want to do. Let's see. Generate an aura that will remove harmful effects from you and each ally every few seconds.
That's good.
Yeah, let's do refuse pain. I think that's an active ability I have to use, though.
Ah.
Yeah, it is.
Also, it only has a area of effect.
Well, yeah, it's an AoE, 12 seconds. I'll take it. There we go.
Okay, Verse is wounded.
Yeah, but that surprises kind of no one, given the situation.
How much you want to bet that, Oh, so there's a health near death. Do you think you need to keep Demetrius alive?
Nah, I think Demetrius is fine. I don't think he's going to die here. Nobody's even attacking him. If you notice, everybody is focused almost entirely on Barrack. And we are also heavily decimating their numbers. Though, interesting, decimating only means to reduce their numbers by 10%. So decimating actually is not the right word. Alright, oh, never mind.
Well, he's obviously brought to his knees.
The regent lies on the ground, bloodied and defeated. He extends his good arm and drops his weapon. If only I had the breath to expend defying you, but I fear the fight has left me. What a moment to witness! The last of the stalwart defenders shattering under the disfavored boot. Demetrius beams with pride and rears back to kick Herod in the head, but stops himself. I'll give you the honors. Let's kill this wretch and put an end to the edict at last. One of Stratus' soldiers moves between you and Herodin, tearing off her helmet. I won't let you do this.
Carl, it's Amelia.
Oh yeah, sorry.
I'm supposed to voice her.
Sorry.
I won't let you do this.
Amelia, is that you? Demetrius' weapon nearly falls from his hand as he salutes. I hardly recognize you. Why are you fighting with the Regent's personal guard?
Why the salute?
I don't know, I'm gonna do it anyway. Lore 59, salute. Graven Ash protects.
She aims you a withering look. Those are words I don't hear often anymore. If you come in my father's service, then prepare to be disappointed. I'm not the northern warlord I once was. She winces at the very thought. Sitting out the conflict made me see this conquest from a different perspective. She looks to you with a plea in her eyes. We were wrong. Kairos led us from the right path centuries ago. We marched south to finish the Overlord's work, but... She squeezes her eyes shut. Don't you see that the tears are the last chance for us to make this right?
Amelia, the Regent's voice softens. You don't have to say anything further.
Okay, so what happened?
Yeah, you were a prisoner. What happened?
This is no time for a story, she glares. Not while we have our blades pointed at each other. If any of us survives this, which I suspect isn't likely, I'll tell you everything. But right now, you need to stand down and back away from the Regent.
Why are you fighting for Stalwart?
Because Stalwart has a fighting chance at winning back their independence. Because we invaded this realm on the mad whims of a tyrant. Because of many reasons.
Betsy, the Regent is beaten. The keep is ours. Will you cooperate?
Or you're not thinking clearly, we need to take you back to the hearth? What do you mean?
Yeah, I don't know. We could. Okay.
No! This is the most sensible I've ever been. And it's not because my father isn't here. You're not disfavored, so I don't expect you to understand, but he's... She struggles to find the right words as is discovering them for the first time. He's a commanding presence. When he's around, it's like his opinion is the only one that matters. I don't know if it's because he's older than everyone here combined, or because he's an Archon, but it's true. Ironhearth is where opinions go to die. So is it true that he might actually be mind-controlling people subtly with his commanding presence? For all this of his uptight morals and rigid sense of honor, Ash doesn't sound like father material. My father, her voice catches, and it takes a moment to find her words. I love my father, but it's nothing compared to the love I have felt for the father of... Dun bum bum! There's a baby!
Yep.
We knew it!
Yeah, we
knew it!
Amelia, please be silent. Stratus looks her over with desperation. It's over, you understand. I'm dying. Save your strength for more important things. He turns to you with a resolved expression, and you know he's almost lost too much blood to maintain it. I'm the last of the Regents. If you mean to end the Edict of Storms, then I accept my fate.
So what are the options? So there's the, you give him the chance to perform suicide. You, for Ash and the Disfavored, or too bad my orders didn't specify mercy. That's a bad one. Or I'm sorry, Regent, this has to happen. So I would suggest 1 or 4.
Let's do with number 1. One last chance, Regent. Will you end the edict yourself? End myself to end the edict. No, Fatebinder, that is not our way. You may call it uncompromising of me, but my station and my dignity demand nothing less. If you desire the end of the edict so badly, you will have to shoulder this burden.
Okay, I'm sorry, Regent. This had to happen.
Alright. Yay! For Ash and the North, it's time to strike back at the southern ingrates. Demetrius balls his fist and nods for you to make your move. Before you can take action, you watch Amelia begin to raise her weapon from the corner of your eye. Amelia, stop! Stratus winces, hardly possessing the energy to argue. You have to keep your promise, remember?
The focused, determined air about Amelia falls into resignation. She delivers a curt nod and leaves the room, darting you a killing look on her way out.
Amelia disappears into another room, unwilling to watch what you're about to unfold. Weird. Kill the Regent, Fatebinder. Let's put this shameful chapter of the conquest behind us. Along with the Edict of Storms, he spares a final look at Stratus Herodin. You should be proud, Regent. In death, you'll accomplish more than you ever did in life. You'll excuse me if I disagree, you northern pig. Stratus looks up at you with hope and pain in his eyes.
Huh, that's interesting. And so falls the last enemy of Stalwart, or the captain goes down with the ship, or you just say nothing?
I don't know.
I would just say nothing.
Boop. You take up a fallen sword from the floor and drive it through Stratus Herodin's heart, killing him instantly. Stratus's body falls to the ground, and you watch the blood pool on the floor, in silence. There's a feeling of anticipation in the air, but as the seconds pass, it never materializes into anything. The surge of arcane energy and sense of relief you experienced in Ascension Hall is missing. You hear the howl of the storm outside and realize that the edict endures.
The baby.
Demetrius furrows his brow in confusion. The last of the regents is dead, and yet Kairos' storm continues. What could we have possibly missed? From across the hall, you hear a faint cry, a baby's cry, and realization dawns on you.
Okay.
Well, first we loot him for that fancy shield.
The faithful promise.
Well, first and foremost, let's see, where's that shield? Oh, that's probably considered a weapon. There we go. I don't actually know if it's better than the shield he had on.
Well, it's orange.
Oh, no, it's better.
Mm-hmm.
It's straight up better. I'm surprised there's no special effect to it. Maybe we get it later. Oh wow, we've already got this thing up to tier 4. I guess we have been using it constantly.
Mm-hmm.
Did I get any extra of these? Yes, I did. Hydromancy, no. Fine. Purifying. Immunity to poisoned. And lucky. Hit and crit. Let's give him immunity to poisoned. Let's see, what's this? Regenerating, that makes sense. Haste, that makes sense. I'll give him lucky. Even though it's probably not that useful. Okay. So let's look around for a second.
Well, there's the throne. But there's the brick.
Aha! The brick, ooh.
Scroll
Staggering
sigil.
force, sigil of volleys, and a drug recipe. Alright, so first and foremost. Okay, piercing. Did we have that earlier? I have no idea. Alright, staggering of force. I think that knocks people down. And volleys. Number of projectiles fired from a directed force spell.
That's nice.
I want to take a look at that. Oh, I see. So this is staggering force, so it just interrupts people. So we already technically had that. Volley, though. Increases the number of projectiles fired from distant impact spells. And piercing. Alright, I actually want to see if I can make this spell. Oh, shush. Alright.
I really don't like this phase.